want you to know that I'm never leaving, 'cause I miss the snow till death will be freezing. Yeah, you are my home for all seasons. So come on, let's go below zero and hide from the sun. I love you forever, where we'll have some fun. Let's head to the North Pole and live happily. Please don't cry no tears now, it's Christmas, baby. Welcome to being a music teacher and being challenged by your students. I'm Kaylee, this is Kaylee Cross-Stitch, and that is a challenge that the kids these days are doing on TikTok. We'll see how I did. You're supposed to do it in one breath. Like, why would you do that? You're gonna Anyway, welcome. Welcome back to those of you who are returning viewers. Welcome to any new subscribers that I have. It's really cool. I hit 100 subscribers last week, something like that. So thank you to everyone who is stopping by, checking out my progress, checking out my cross-stitch projects, and a little bit of music teacher things thrown in. As you can see, I am now teaching from home, so I just took the backdrop that I had at school, rolled it up, slapped it on here. There's lots of tape, so hopefully you're getting some visual fun things today in my video. I have quite a bit to share. I have 2 new starts, technically, a finish, and 2 whips. So I would like to just get right into it and get back to my short-ish video for today. So my finish is Georgia. Woohoo! I finished this. I said that I was probably going to finish it last time, and since you saw it, I put in 1,708 stitches for a finish and the back stitch. So this is by Stitches Lovers Shop on Etsy, and as you probably know, this is a set of 50 patterns in the set, and I have now stitched Georgia and I started Florida, and I have finished Arizona as well. So a little bit about Georgia. I started it on January 14th, 2021, and I finished it on March 1st, 2021. It is stitched on 22 count Aida, 1/1 full cross, and in the whole piece there are 11,132 stitches, and I stitched it in 27 days, which is an average of 412 stitches a day, which is quite a few. If you want to see any close-ups or anything, check me out on Instagram. I usually get pretty good pictures with my phone of that. So that is my finish. I'm excited to have this done and excited to move on to a new state, which I already did. So let me just show you. My new start is Florida, and here's an image of that. As you probably remember, I am stitching these to scale, and so Florida is on 11 count. Georgia is on 22. So the stitches are twice as big on Florida. And the reason is that I wanted the borders to line up, which they pretty much do. I mean, you can kind of tell that Georgia's going to fit nicely into that. Sorry, I rolled this up so it's there. Now, you might say, Kaylee, that looks like a lot done. And it is a lot done. It's 60% done. But that's because it's on 11 count, and there's only 3,000 something stitches in this. So compared to Georgia's 11,000, this is pretty, well, this will be a really quick stitch. This will probably be a finish next time. Like I said, it's 60% done. So I have put in 1,975 stitches since starting it. So there's Florida. These 3 colors are finished. The dark pink, the light pink, and the black is all finished. So that's Florida on 11 count. Let me see if I can do this. Goodbye. I want to show you the border, how it lines up. I have not learned as much about Florida as I have about Georgia, because obviously I'm not stitching as much on Florida because it's much less. So you can see the borders line up pretty well. Kind of fits right in there. I haven't decided how I want to finish these. I thought, maybe I just frame each one and they take up a wall in my house, or maybe I finish it really close and, like, I don't know, make a huge quilt. I don't know. Tell me in the comments, how do you think that I should finish these? Once I have all 50 states done, hopefully they'll be to scale. How should I finish them? I don't know. Let me know what you think. My second new start is a little start, and I did this when my husband decided to watch Eraserhead. If you know that movie, it's like difficult to watch. So I was stitching while he was watching that. And this is from my Stitchly kit. I talked about them in my last Flosstube. They sent me this kit for free, and there's a few patterns in there, and I just took it out and started stitching on it. And this is really easy kit. It's got really good instructions. My other needle is in another bag. The only thing that I had an issue with is the needle threader instructions are a little hard to understand. So I ended up with the threader like in the loop part of my floss, and the needle is very big, and it works really well. And I think for beginners it would be really easy to use the needle and get used to a needle, because it says it's size 26, but I don't think this is a size 26. I think it's much bigger than that. But for a beginner, I think it would be a perfect size. And that's what the kit is meant for. So it's this big. It's fairly large. But yeah, I just take this out when I want to, when I don't feel like doing anything else. And there's 2 parrots, and then the quote will be, "You talking to me?" It's cute. Their patterns are like movie quotes. So that was a new start, but this isn't in my regular rotation. It's just kind of whenever I have time to try another pattern or try the flosses. If you want to see what's in the kit, you can watch my previous video, and there are people with better unboxing videos of this kit. So again, that's Stitchly, and this is a kit that's available on Amazon for $30, and it's meant to be for beginners who want to start learning how to cross stitch, and I think it's really good for that. I still need to send them my feedback on it. I want to use it a little bit more though. Okay, full coverage projects. I realized that I didn't stitch on my Supersized USA in the last 2 weeks before my last video, so I was like, oh my goodness, Kaylee, you better get on that. And I got on that. I put in 3,831 tent stitches on this since you last saw it, and I hit 2%. Woo! 2% finished on this enormous project. This is Supersized USA by Cross Stitch V on Etsy, and the pattern is 999 across by 747 high, so it's a gigantic pattern. I'm doing it 2/1 tent stitch, and let me erase that so you can see a little closer up. So I hit some milestones. I finished this apple. Sorry, the threads are all over it, but I don't really want to move it. And I got these cherries started, and this is on 25 count, easy guide. And I am using diagonal parking method. So that's Supersized USA. Yeah, hitting 2% felt like I haven't gotten very far. But I put in a lot of stitches. I've hit my daily stitch count record of 2008, which is equivalent to 1004 full cross. So that's my Supersized USA. Supersized fabric as well. Okay? And lastly is FOP. Let me put the image up. FOP. This is my progress on this project. I hadn't stitched on this for a week or so, or it had been a little while, and I was like, I haven't put in anything on that, so I went ahead and worked on this a couple days for 1,019 stitches since you've seen it last. So I got my husband's face all done, his jawline, and finished all of my head, hair, etc. And I'm working on the dress. This is stitched on 18 count Aida 2/1, and it has some blended threads in there. And I think that I stitched with long strands, but I started stitching with really long strands. I cut them to about like the length of my arm, and then I had been cutting them in half and blending them, one strand of one color and one of the other. And then I just kept having to flip my project over and put the and run my floss through the stitches on the back, and I was just like, let me just do longer threads. So yeah, I'm excited to get more done on this. It's 37%, and I haven't really set any goals on this, but I am on a pattern buying ban until May, so maybe I can crank out like 10%. Maybe I'll reach close to 50. I don't know, we'll see. Like I said, I never really plan, so I'm just like, what do I feel like stitching on today? What do I feel like finishing? What do I feel like working on? I did not work on my Moroccan sampler this week. I got pretty distracted finishing Georgia and starting Florida. And I was going to start another project at the same time as Florida, another state, but Florida's going so fast that I was just like, you know what, I'll just finish it. I only have 40% left. So it's really, I'm finding that a lot of variety is really good for me. Here, goodbye. That if I stitch on 22 count Georgia one day and then switch to the 11 count, it's so soothing to just like really switch it up. I'm sure I'll be back on Moroccan sampler in a little bit because I want to stitch over too. So we'll see. I have a few stats for you because this is my first Flosstube in February. So if you're into knowing stitch counts for the month, I stitched 10,663 full cross stitches in February and 7,981 half stitches. Compared to January, that's pretty much the same. And especially since there's 3 less days in February, I stitched quite a bit in February. January I had 11,218 or 210 and 6,910 stitches. So 1,000 more 10 stitches, 1,000 less full crosses in February. So quite a lot. I don't have any haul. I'm on a pattern buying ban, but I am going to need to buy Ymir's silks soon because I need to stitch something with them. They look so cute, and I love tiny things. So I've been seeing people buying her silks on Amazon, and I'm like, get it, Kaylee. Get some of those, and then I can use them in May when I buy another pattern, because I don't really have any patterns that I could stitch with those. I would want to do something like monochromatic or something like that. So maybe I'll try a ink circles or modern folk embroidery. But then again, I feel like I don't need any more projects, any more things that I can start. So that's it. That's my update. Short and sweet, 15 minutes, almost a little long. I like them to be nice and short, so you can watch all the other wonderful people and get to know them. So yeah, thanks for watching. Find me on Instagram at Kaylee Crossstitch, and you can also find me on every other week here with a Stitch With Me. And I've been having fun playing around with those. I actually narrated my last Stitch With Me, which I had been doing like ASMR, but we'll see. I think I'm going to go back to that this next week. And I'm trying some streams on Twitch, maybe YouTube, so if you feel like coming and saying hi or just watching me stitch, that would be fun too. So I'll see you in 2 weeks for another Flosstube. I'll see you next week for a Stitch With Me. Have a great week, everyone. You say my Flosstube is over, I have nothing more today. Why so sad? Remember we made an arrangement. I upload every Wednesday. You'll be back soon, you see. You remember how to find me. Flosstube and the gram. Subscribe and follow to see my progress in the stitchy land. Da 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 da.